Just want to share with you a monologue I've written. If you saw my last one, Our Little Valley, you might like this one. This one's called Stanley the Man Mountain. From the back of beyond, he was big, he was strong, with an heart that was solid and gold. And Mary, her face, it lit up with embrace every time he walked through open door. And she told yon Stanley that one day they'd marry, and a ring from the goldsmiths was made. It were panned in the canyon at the foot of the mountains on the plains of the old USA. Well, they lived hand to mouth on the farm that was passed down from generations long, long before. But fear built inside them, and for all of their trying, no son or no daughter was born. And time were against them, old age were approaching, and winter were violent and hard. But lust built inside them as she lay down beside them. Something magic was beginning to start. So Stanley the Man Mountain, from the foot of the canyons, fell down to his knees as she said, "I've good news, dear Stanley, there's gonna be a daddy." His heart stopped and restarted again. Mary spent her time nesting, Stanley his time fretting, and he held Mary's hand and he said, "I know times is hard on Little Creek Farm, but hope is not lost, well not yet." So he toiled and he battled worst winter in canyon that Stanley could ever relay. But north winds were slowing and Mary was showing. Like hope, she grew bigger each day. And in August the sound of a baby cried out, and it echoed through canyon one day. Delivered by the hands of a Man Mountain man, Stanley, his eyes all aglaze. So they lay there in tears after all of these years, with the sun in the palm of his hand. See, two became three. Now life in that creek will never be the same again. The miracle that was born on Little Creek Farm grew bigger and stronger each day. Then one day Mary mentioned to Stanley, "Happen we shall give little lad a name." "We shall call him Stanley," said the Man Mountain, "and now I'll pass over the reins." For he didn't feel too clever, felt under the weather, so a doctor was fetched straight away. As he sat Mary down in best room in house, the news was as sad as could be. Stanley, the Man Mountain, from the foot of the canyon, was on his last breath she could see. With all of his might and the last of his fight, he whispered to Mary and said, "Stanley's our saviour, the next generation." Then Stanley passed peacefully in bed. Well, they lay Stanley down in a hole in the ground, and they planted an oak to give shade, and it grew tall and strong, and like their young son, it carried the weight of his name.